Hey guys, what's up? I am the Stormchild, yeah, and as you can see, I'm wearing the coolest mask ever, and I think that's the perfect way to end this year 2020. I think that is something everybody knows, and this was a gift from my mother, and I think that is so cool. So yeah, but I don't talk in this video with this mask. I just have to show you that. And also my brand new pillow in the background, a gift from my beautiful girlfriend Christina, which is absolutely amazing because, yeah, a lot of people thinking about my channel, which is cool. So hopefully you liked it too. I love it. So yeah, today I will do my favorite albums of the year 2020. And yeah, we all know this year's just sucked hard, especially when it comes to the whole world situation and the cancelled and postponed concerts, and you all know this crap. But there is one thing about 2020 which is absolutely amazing, and and I'm talking about the new albums that came out, because there were so many good albums this year, unbelievable. This is the reason why this is going to be a top 15 favorite albums of mine and not a top 10, because there were so many and it was hard to choose, and I had to left some out. For example, like the new Soul Stuff Here album or something, not because it's not good enough for my list, but just I hadn't the time to listen to it so much, and so it's a bit difficult to talk about that, but I'm definitely sure I will listen to that a lot in the future, but I just wasn't in the mood, and that comes also to a few other albums. Maybe you know the problem. But yeah, I will start with the place number 15, which is pretty surprising. I'm talking about the band Voltarian and the album Crimson. So this is pretty cool because maybe you saw the two reaction videos I did with Phil, and we just choose a song by this band because it was just on the page of YouTube, and a request. It was just like, okay, just try it, and I really like it. I listened to the album a lot recently, and I think it's a very great album, and I really like it because the sound is really unique, a great voice, and also have these more electronic elements in it, great songwriting, and it's just fun to listen to it. So this is really a surprise. I haven't seen that coming, but it's a great album. If you haven't listened to it yet, give it a try, especially for fans like Amaranth or something. I think they will love it because just from the music style it is a bit goes in this direction, which I like, and I love the voice, and so a very great album. Yeah, if you haven't listened to it, do it. You're gonna like it. I'm absolutely sure about this. So yeah, the next one is an album that came out I think in January, and I listened to it a lot in the beginning of the year. I'm talking about Brothers of Metal and the album Endless Saga. So a really cool band I also found here through my channel, through your requests, which is so awesome. And so I'm maybe not such a power metal guy, but from time to time it's just great, and I needed a bit of time to get into it, but I think the first song I reacted to was the song One, and this is I think my favorite song of the band, and I listen to it a lot. Also, this has become one of the songs of my relationship with Christina. We love that song, and it will always be a part, I think, when it comes to me, and I'm absolutely sure this will be played at our wedding somewhere in the future, because I just love it, and the whole album is great. It's just fun to listen to it. I especially like the female vocals. They are so great. What a great singer, and also that they don't take themselves so seriously. I really like that, but the music is still great. A great album, and I listen to it a lot, especially at the beginning of the year, as I told. So absolutely great power metal album. I can wait to see this band live one day. That would be so great. Hopefully next year we all have the chance to go on concerts again, and maybe they are apart, but there's a lot of bands I want to see live. You know that problem. So yeah, and now number 13 is Murk and Volkensange. Hopefully the pronouncement is correct. A really great album, a really calm album. It's not really a metal album or something, but I listen to it also a lot because it has this great mood, great voice, and it's just like you can dream yourself into another world when you listen to it. And it's just a beautiful album, not only the cover that I think is absolutely amazing, it's just like the music is absolutely fantastic in combination with the voice. So I listen to this album a lot and I just love it. So great album. Yeah, then we come to number 12, and this is the new Fintrol album. I have done a lot of reaction videos for the stuff of this album here on my channel, and I was really impressed because in the last decade I haven't listened so much to Fintrol because I wasn't into this folk metal style, but I listened to Fintrol a lot in the beginning of the 2000s, and it was one of my favorite bands. And then I lost a bit of interest, to be honest, because there were so many focus style and metal, and it was just wasn't my thing anymore. But now after 7 years they brought out a new album and I was absolutely impressed by it. It was just great. It has anything I wanted for a new Fintrol album, and it was just great to get back into this awesome band. It was just like, I haven't seen them coming in the beginning, but through the reaction videos here I was just like, okay, yeah, it's still great and I still love it, and it's an absolutely solid album. If you like the old Fintrol albums, I think everybody is satisfied when they listen to this album. Great album. I can't wait to see these guys live again because I have seen them only once, and that was I think in 2007, so 13 years ago. That is way too long, and they announced the tour together with Skullmold and of course postponed again and something. I hopefully this will take place because I haven't heard Skullmold live either, and yeah, also a band I found through my channel I listened to a lot this year, but they haven't brought out a new album. I think it was just like a 10th anniversary album or something like this. But yeah, now we come to number 11. Maybe that will be a surprise. I'm talking about the movie soundtrack, original soundtrack of the movie Tenet. Yeah, this is something unique. And I'm a big fan of musical soundtracks, and also this movie was one of the few, if not the only one, I was in cinema in summer, and I love the Christopher Nolan movies. You can see that with the Interstellar poster in the background, and also everything he has done. And I was just like, when I heard that Hans Zimmer hasn't written this soundtrack, I was just like, oh, I'm not sure I'm gonna like it, because it was just like the perfect combination, a Christopher Nolan movie together with a Hans Zimmer soundtrack. But it was a great soundtrack written by Ludwig Göransson. Never heard about him before, to be honest. But I was totally impressed because it's so great in combination with the movie. So I think I just talk about the soundtrack because I have seen the movie once and it's a bit complicated in some way, as every Christopher Nolan movie, which I absolutely love, and I can wait to see this movie again because I think it's just out on Blu-ray or something, and now I can buy it and finally watch it again. But the soundtrack is just amazing with these great electronic elements, and then the music just is also backwards sometimes, and it's just crazy as hell, and it's just fun to listen to. It's not the easy listening experience or something, but I absolutely love it. So great soundtrack. I will listen to this a lot more in the future, I'm absolutely sure about it. So this is definitely in my list because it's one of the most listened things in the last weeks especially. So yeah, and then we come to number 10. And that is the Seven Spires album, Emerald Seas. An album I was really waiting for. Also another band I found here on my channel through your requests. Really in the beginning, and then I absolutely realized how great they are after I have seen Adrian Cohen performing together with Avantasia. And then I listened even more of this band, and when this album came out I listened to it a lot, and I just love it because great sounds, also really fairy tale stuff. A lot here in my list. This is the funny thing, it's just like a fairy tale year in some way when it comes to music. So I love Adrian Cohen's voice, I love the songwriting, great melodies, also the combination of the clean vocals and the growls, they feel so perfect. And I think it's just like a perfect balanced album, because you have this more like some kind of power metal tracks also, and then these really dark tracks like more or less Dimmu Borgir or something. This is so crazy, and I think it's also a concept album, and I think it just flows. It's a great album, and if you haven't listened to it, do that, because I think it's absolutely amazing. So one of my favorites definitely this year on place number 10. Then we come to place number 9. I'm talking about the brand new Draconian album, Under a Godless Veil. So this is more something for the darker and depressive days in some way that I also have, especially now in winter because it's snowing like hell outside. And it's just like I love this album and this band, especially when it comes to the winter time, when you have some candles in there and something and listen to this music, because this is, yeah, also something you can really dream and something. And I love the vocals, one of the best growlers I think in the whole metal scene when it comes to me, because it's so special and unique in the combination with the female vocals. It's just great. I love every single Draconian album. I have every single Draconian album, but this new one is just also great, and it's nearly impossible, but I think this band can't write a bad album. This is so cool. So I was really impressed by it. Also, I've done a lot of reaction videos here on my channel. Maybe you have seen them. Great album. I love it, and I will listen to it a lot more in the future. So thumbs up for that. Great album. Then we come to place number 8. The new Dark Sarah album, Grim. I listened to it a lot when it came out. Also, I've done a lot of reaction videos here. Also a band I found here on my channel, which is amazing, and because it's also a really fairy tale album with this mood. It's just curious, but it was just like this year, and it's so cool. I really like her voice, and also these vocal melodies and everything, and also this album, when you listen to it, it just flows and went by like a second, and if it ends you just want to press play again, that it starts from the beginning. So this is also the perfect sign for a great album. So yeah, I love it. I listened to it a lot of times. I think one of the most played albums this year for me. I haven't seen that coming in the beginning, honestly, but yeah, when you once into this album, you never come out. So great album, Dark Sarah. And now we come to place number 7. I have to drink something before I tell you that. Sorry, I'm talking so much. The new Turmion Capulet album, Global Warning. Of course, album I was really waiting for, because also I found this band here on my channel. I've seen them live once, and it's just so sad. Also another postponed tour. Not only that they are on tour with Nightwish and Amorphis, which is absolutely amazing. Also they have an own headliner tour was planned, and it was a concert in my area on my birthday, and now it's postponed. It's so sad, but that doesn't change that this album is great. For me, not as good as the Universal Satan album 2 years ago, honestly, but also an album I really listened to it, and it's just a great music, hyping me up. It's absolutely fun to listen to. I love the style, and it's just a great album. I can wait to see these guys live again. I told that now the 3rd time, I think. But a great album with great songs, great attitude, great mood. Absolutely fantastic. I will listen to it also a lot of times. So yeah, then we come to place number 6. And this is the Snow White Blood album, Hope Springs Eternal. An album I just found, I think, yeah, 1 or 1.5 months ago. Also here on my channel through the reaction videos, and I was just like addicted, not from the very first second from the first song I heard, Shared Hearts, also the opening track of the album. I need a bit of time now. I love the song. It's one of my favorites. I just love it, and it's curious when I'm looking at my reaction video because I wasn't so sold, but nowadays it's just a great album. Also, by the song "You Belong to Me," that was the reason that really got me hooked, because I've done this reaction video. I told that one of the best songs for me in 2020 was that. It's just like a great song, great video, and then I listened to the album and I was just really inspired by it. I have listened to it all the time, really all the time. I think the most played album in December, definitely, when it comes to me, and I was just like, it was so inspiring and so great to listen to it. I love the voice, I love the songwriting, great songs. I love also that the songs are really long, like 6-7 minutes and something, but it just fits. Definitely one of the highlights of the year for me, and a new band I found. It's amazing, and they are from Germany, so that is even cooler. So great album. If you haven't listened to it, give it a try. I'm absolutely sure you're gonna like it. So yeah, and then we come to place number 5. It's Ad Infinitum, Chapter 1 Monarchy. Yeah, I've also talked a lot about this band. I've done a lot of reaction videos. Also this more or less fairy tale style and storyteller thing. And it's just like so great. I love it. Another great voice in this. I love Melissa Boni. I think one of the most talented singers nowadays, definitely. And it's so great. Love the songwriting, the melodies. It was just like, I have listened to this album so many times since it was out, I think in April or something. Great songs. It's just like the same feeling. If it ends, you just have to press play again because it's so amazing. I listened to it. Maybe this is my most listened album of the year. I'm pretty sure about that because I also listened to it a lot of time when I was sitting in the train and driving to my beautiful girlfriend or something, and it's just like 1.5 hours, something like this, and it was just like so great. Also, yeah, it gives a great feeling. I love every single song on it, so perfect album. Then we come to place number 4, and we're talking about the new Kaunis Kuolematon album. And now the pronunciation is going to be a bit difficult again. Sytykön toinen aurinko. Yeah, hopefully that was correct. So a great album, more something for the darker days, and also one of the most listened albums since it was out. I just love it from the first second. Also, I've done a few reaction videos here. Also found this band here on my channel because it is so epic. This album is so epic, and it's just like it has everything you need to have. For me, when it comes, it's just because I love the growls, I love the screams, I love the clean vocals, and especially the great songwriting, because they are so on spot with their melodies and their epicness, and then they slow down and they come back again. It's just like a roller coaster drive overall, which is absolutely amazing, absolutely a highlight, and I'm so happy that I found this band here because it is exactly the mood I need a lot of times, and this album is amazing, masterpiece, 10 out of 10, definitely. I love every single song on it. So yeah, now we come to place number 3, and I need to drink something again. It is Dynasty and the album The Dark Delight. I think with the best song, or one of the best songs in 2020 also, with Presence of Mind. I was absolutely hooked in the beginning of the year when I've done this here on my channel, because it's just like, this album would be great if just this song was on it, because this song is so great, and when you listen to it, it's just like every single song is great. There is no weak track on this album. I love the vocals of Nils Molin, absolutely great songwriting. Also the endings of the songs, and most of the time, are so great because it's really innovative in some way, and it's just like so fun to listen to because it has this hyped up feeling, gives you a great mood, and absolutely amazing killer album. And I can't wait what this band has to offer on the next album because it's going to be so hard to do a better album than this, because it's just a great album. I listened to it so many times and I'm absolutely really fan of this band now. And so yeah, great album. Also, if you haven't listened to it, do that. You won't regret it. And then we have 2 places left. I think maybe if you know my channel, you know where this is going to be, and this is going to be now the difficult question: what is a number 2 and what is a number 1? So yeah, and I thought about that a lot, but on place 2 we have the new Nightwish album, Human Nature. Of course, you all know I'm a big, huge Nightwish fan since now over 20 years, and when it comes to this album, I was so afraid before it came out. I told that a lot in this video. Maybe you also saw the videos with Phil together and all this stuff. And also when the first single Noise came out, maybe you saw that reaction video. It was just like, oh, it's going to be difficult for me. But when the album actually came out, I was so surprised and so glad, and that this album is so good. So when it comes to Nightwish, we all know, great band, great songwriting. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Endless Spawn's Most Beautiful album from 2015, you all know that, and I'm still not. But when this album just started with also one of the best tracks of this year, Music, the opener of Human Nature, I love this song. I needed a bit of time to get into it, yeah, because it was so different and unique, and I was so happy. I was so happy about this album because it brought back this Nightwish feeling I had all these years. And with the Endless Forms Most Beautiful, it was just like a bit missing. But with this album, it just came back because the songwriting was so good. It was a really inspired album through everything. It was just like so great with all the tracks. Also, in the context of the album, I like Noise as a track on the album, don't get me wrong. It was just like in the context of the album, and the tracks like Shoemaker is amazing, Harvest is amazing, House the Heart is amazing, and it's just so great. The only weak point about this album for me is the second CD. I get the concept of the album, and it's okay to have this second CD, but it was just like, yeah, I talked about that a lot. I don't have to get into it so much, but it was just like, yeah, it would be cooler if it was just like really Nightwish music, because the second CD is beautiful, it's cool, it's nice to listen to. I like this soundtrack kind of like music, you all know that. Well, it's just like, because the original CD is, I think about 50 minutes or something, which is really short. It isn't bad, because if the songs are great, it doesn't matter, don't get me wrong. It was just like, that is the only thing, because now we come to number 1. And I think that is, for me, overall, a bit more perfect than the Human Nature album of Nightwish, and that's the reason why, because on number 1 we have the brand new Amaranth album, Manifest, and this is an album that is perfect. And I think because you also have to look at the bands and the evolution of the bands and everything, that you can get it. But I think I listened to this album so many times. I was waiting for this album. I was also waiting for the tour, and it was postponed now the 3rd time or something. I have to wait till 2022 together with Beyond the Black. Oh damn. But yeah, it's worth the waiting, because I just want to see them perform all these great tracks. I was just like, also when I've done these reaction videos for the singles before the album came out, it was just like everything was absolutely great. But in the context, when you listen to this album, I think they have made a huge step, this band, because the last album, Helix, it was a good album, but this album is way better. Way better. Also from the songwriting and how all the 3 singers are involved in this, because that is so difficult. And also there were so many numbers. I was really surprised by the sound and the songwriting, and it was just like also an album that just flows, and it just gives you a good feeling. And I think they all kick it. I think everybody who know Amaranth is absolutely happy about this album, and I think everybody can hear the next step of this band, which is so cool to see that. And it's just fun to listen to it because there are so many great tracks on it, and I'm not getting tired to listen to it, and this is always the best sign. So yeah, this is my list of the top 15 albums of the year. I'm absolutely sure everybody who's watching has a different opinion, and there's not even one out there who has exactly the same list as I. That would be very surprising, honestly. I think it's maybe in the first places, especially when it comes to Nightwish on place number 2. But yeah, it would be so great to see your ranking of albums of the year. It don't have to be the 15 or something. It's okay, just the 3 best or something, because it's interesting to hear or read your opinion. So yeah, hopefully in 2021 the concerts are back, but the more important thing that I think that is going to be really difficult, that there are so many new albums that I'm gonna like next year, because 2020 was absolutely killing it. Hopefully that will happen next year. I can wait to listen all the new albums, as the new Epica album, for example. I can wait to listen to that. Yeah, tell me your thoughts about this. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna do another video this year. I'm trying to, but yeah, I also need a bit time off, honestly, and I'm also working, so I can promise. But I think one video this year, I promise I will do one video this year. I just decided it. So yeah, we will see us this year again. Anyway guys, hopefully you have a great day, and if you like this video, of course, please subscribe my channel. It would be so awesome, and I really hope we see us the next time. I'm the Stormchild. Bye.